What's up, guys? Welcome back to another edition of Motivational Monday. This one's going to be more about me, and I'll kind of explain why, and I want to let you in on some of maybe my weaknesses in life, just some aha moments that I've had, things like that. So anyway, this weekend we went to an event that we go, now it's a yearly thing, and this was our second year doing it as a team, and I think you're going to see us do it for many years to come. But it's a downhill tricycle race. They call it Danger Wheel. Some of our really good friends put it on. Just an incredible time in downtown Cincinnati with adults racing tricycles down a hill. And this year, we went hard at it. We had 3 different teams. So Rick rode a tricycle, Todd rode a tricycle, I rode a tricycle. Rick had Dalton and Jaybird pushing him. I had Brian and my good friend Nick that you see in videos pushing. And then Todd had our good buddy David Varner pushing, and Brian's brother Josh pushing. So the way that a downhill adult tricycle race works is you start at the top of a hill, and it's like a decent size hill, and you got maybe 10 foot of which your 2 pushers can push you as fast as possible, and they have a cutoff line of where you have to stop pushing. All this happens with an air horn, and it's just like drag racing. And then as the night goes on, they progressively put bigger and bigger ramps out for the tricycles. So shameless plug, on Wednesday, you're going to get to see our Danger Wheel video. You're going to see all the mayhem of what transpired, all this stuff. It just so happened that the way that the ladder worked out, it was 64 teams. Us being drag racers, we understand how ladders work. People that put on events like this probably really don't, because it's supposed to be all for fun. So we probably take things a little more serious than we should, which is fine. That's how we come in. We come in hot to everything that we do. And the way that we purchased our teams, they basically just write you down in order. So however it happened, we all were on one side of the ladder. So it was impossible for us to race each other in the finals. We had to meet up on one side of the ladder. And the way that it worked, we got another good friend there, Dylan, which my buddy Dylan, he's also a motocross racer, very talented motocross racer, really good. The way the ladder worked, I think by 3rd round, I had to race. If we all won, I would race Dylan. And then if Rick won, he would have to race either Dylan or I in the 4th round. And then the 5th round, I think, was maybe the semis or the 6th, however it worked. If everybody made it that far, only 2 of our teams could be in the semifinals. So that's kind of how this ladder worked. Well, I had incredible pushers. All of us had incredible pushers. Last year, my pushers, Nick and Brian, the first round, they didn't push me with all that they had, and we ended up having this door-to-door race and ran over Nick's foot, whatever. So these 2 guys, they were ready to just... There's no way that they were going to lose a race because of them. And I felt it, but I was rocket shipped. I was 60 foot like Charlie Brown every lap. So when it comes to race Dylan, we put some friendly wagers up, and my pushers definitely wanted to beat Dylan way more than I did. Like, I wanted to beat him, right? But I don't know, get to that in a minute. So anyway, we leave the starting line. I'm out 2 trikes on Dylan from the start. My pushers kill it. And this is the round where they start to put the bigger ramps up. And I hit 1 ramp, that's good. And then I'm going to the next one, and I'm like, I need a speed check before this ramp, because these boys have rocket shipped me down this hill. And I go to put my feet down. Well, they throw water balloons at you while you're going down the hill. So I put my feet down, and man, I'm not slowing down. So I hit this ramp really at a far greater speed than I intended, and I wadded the tricycle up. And Dylan, being a smart racer that he is, he slowed himself way down because he seen me wad, and made sure he made through the rest of the course safely and I got eliminated. But bad news for him, next round, he had to race Ricky. And I'll be honest with you, I really didn't want to race Ricky. I just didn't. I thought like it was Rick's day. I felt like it was. And I don't know. I'm just glad that it worked out the way that it did. So anyway, it comes up to Rick, and Rick blew his doors off. He let him have it. He rode the perfect tricycle race. Like, the pushers were good. Rick rode flawlessly. It was awesome because at that moment, it was Ricky's day. Like, it was Rick's day. And then we got past that, and we went to the semifinals where Todd and Ricky had to race. And I really don't want to give this away. I want you to watch the video, so I'm not going to get into it. But it was an incredible, incredible race. Well, then at the end of the night, we made it to the final round. And it was Ricky in the final round. It was, like I said, I just had a feeling that it was his day. And we blew their doors off. And we all ran down the hill. Dalton ran a lot faster than the rest of us, but we all got the Rick and we celebrated. And this is why I'm saying this goes back to me. And honestly, every time we race our car, every time we take a race car out, I'm the one in the driver's seat. And if I can be completely honest, I struggle with that a little bit. And let me tell you why. I hate that the driver gets so much credit. And in tricycle racing, Ricky would probably say the same. His pushers were incredible. They gave him the ability to have the good start, and then he navigated the trike down through there. I do the same thing in Charlie Brown. My pushers, all of us, give me the ability to have the good start, and then I finish it. I try to finish it, right? Well, in that moment, the roles were backwards for me. I was on the starting line, and I got to watch Ricky go out. And it was such a beautiful, beautiful, like, real explanation of how that celebration that I've missed on the starting line for years, that I don't get to be a part of because I'm in the car and I'm down there, and they're still pumped when they get to me. But that celebration on the starting line of Ricky crossing the starting line or the finish line first, I felt like it was like it made up for all those that I missed. The key thing is this, is when you drag race or if you race, or whatever you're doing, it doesn't matter whose name's on the door. It does not matter. You're just making sure you get to the finish line, because the people that are behind you are the ones that pushed you to even get there to begin with. And they all deserve the credit. Every one of us. And that was such a beautiful example of that. And when we were driving home that night, Dylan, me and Dylan are really good friends. And one of our other good friends was there, but he left before Dylan and I raced each other. And he texted and was like, "Hey, who won?" And Dylan said, "Well, Ricky won the event, but I beat Jason." But he didn't. He may have beat me for a round, but he didn't beat us because we were too strong as a group. And just to pick on Dylan, that one team wasn't going to beat 3 Soldier Boy teams. It just wasn't going to happen because we travel in a pack. And there's a scripture about this. And it's in 1 Corinthians 12, verse 12. And it says this: the body is a unit, though it is made up of many parts, and though all its parts are many, they form one body. There's a lot of us. There's a lot of us. And it seems to be growing more every day. But together, we're strong. And it does not matter whose name is on the door. We're the Soldier Boyz. We win together. And for you, you can't do it on your own. There's people that try, that have done it, but they burn out really fast. And this is so true. It matters way more how you do it than how you do. How you present yourself in those situations, those things matter way more than the outcome. But when you surround yourself with the proper people, the how you do it and how you do will line up. So for us, we get to hang this bad boy in our office. And we're coming for the belt in 2024. We love you. We appreciate you. See you next time.